This is Acoustic Freeze, and I want to talk to you today about mental health, mental illness, and developmental disability during the economic crisis / economic collapse. This is a subject I usually don't talk about due to the taboo nature that society has placed on it. Let me say first that many notable figures have had mental health issues throughout history. Abraham Lincoln, Patty Duke, and John Forbes Nash Jr. from the movie A Beautiful Mind. It is worth noting that some have dealt with it through medication and some have not. They have all made their marks on human history and lived extraordinary lives. For some who are not as famous, they live fulfilled lives with the help of community-based services. The same goes for those who are developmentally disabled, and the same has happened throughout noted history. As an enlightened society, we help those who otherwise cannot help themselves. We once had a history as a nation of doing the opposite of that, and Germany took what we did and fast-tracked it to extremes. In an enlightened society, we help our neighbors and we help each other. There is also a rule for us to help government help those who are vulnerable, disabilities, and the elderly. For them, liberty is contingent on staying in their homes and having the natural right of movement and to take part of society as a whole. To those with disabilities, I am not trying to tell you that you cannot do anything. In fact, I believe that you are very Jeffersonian in nature, which goes without saying. Our role as a nation should be one that stays out of other nations' affairs and takes care of our own. There is an old World War II poem that talks about what Germany did to its own citizens, and before those people were targeted first in what was known as euthanasia. It goes without saying that while I understand the subject of Godwin's law in referencing Germany of this time period, I also would like to let people know they should ask themselves this. Why would the Columbia University PET Center experiment on patients without their consent? Didn't we have Nuremberg for a reason? Are we an enlightened society? Or are we a savage society blinded by bloodlust and a hunger for war? Something has got to give, and our priorities need to be set straight before we can tell other countries how to handle their affairs.